This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Welcome to the Lord Be With You podcast show, also known as Christian Fandom Geek on YouTube. Yes, I'm back with a new video. The Mac Daddy is in the house. If you smell what the Rock is cooking. So, me and the missus, we went to see Black Adam at the cinema. It was a very good experience. It's a film that we both enjoyed as well. I'd probably give it a good 7 out of 10. It's not perfect, but like, you know, with the DC films, DCEU, there's always something that could be improved. But in all honesty, it was a positive cinema experience. We enjoyed watching Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, the People's Champion, as Black Adam. It was a lot of fun. It was I really engaged with the movie. It was made for the fans, and you can see the sort of love and care that Rock puts into a production, that he makes movies for the fans, and that's what we really enjoyed. Listen, my wife liked the film. That tells you everything about the film, that my wife loved the film. So, you know, everyone's a winner. When the wife loves a movie, everyone's a winner. Now, I'm a geek, as you know, Christian Fandom Geek. And my wife, Mrs. Fandom Geek, Mrs. Christian Fandom Geek, is also a geek by virtue of being married to myself. And she also has some geeky ways, although I'm the biggest geek. I make lightsaber videos. That shows you how much of a geek I am. Anyway, I would recommend that you watch this film. There is an end scene credit. Listen, guys, unless you've been on the moon or Jupiter, you will know that the Man of Steel is back. This is a spoiler alert, which I've just spoiled for you. But I think, to be honest, everybody and their uncle knows that my man Henry Cavill is back. I'm not going to tell you what happens in the end credit scene, but there is an end credit scene, and the Man of Steel is back. I've done some new podcast episodes on the Lord Be With You podcast show. So if you listen to podcast episodes on Podcast Player, get on to Podcast Player. I talk more about this on the podcast episode, okay? It's so awesome to be back with another video, guys. Do me a favour, smash the like button and share this with friends and family and fellow geeks who are into Star Wars and other franchises as well. The channel is doing well, Christian Fandom Geek. Want to get up to 500 subs by Christmas, if possible. So that would be something I really want to push. So guys, help me out on that. Come on now, don't be shy. Sub the channel, smash the like button, share with friends and family. You know what to do. It's your second favourite show here, so come on now. So, guys, I will say this, guys and girls. The DCEU need to really now have a coherent plan. Superman is back in the fold, the Man of Steel. So that's potentially a Man of Steel 2 movie, potentially even a Man of Steel 3. Man of Steel 2 would be received by the fans. So, obviously, there is potential for some good stuff, but as we know, our friends at the DCEU, at Warner Brothers, they like to shoot themselves in the foot. They like to fall over and stumble as they're about to win the race. That's the type of mentality that they have. A lot of instability within the organisation, and a lot of films that just didn't get made, supposed to get made, new director needed, new writers needed, this guy quit, the actors are getting in trouble, getting arrested by the police, and all kinds of madness going on. Obviously, a paradigm where the house has not been in order. The inmates have basically been running the prison. So there needs to be order established, and some good directors and story writers brought on board to have a coherent, overarching paradigm, storytelling, have a story that's consistent, have a vision for 5 to 10 movies at least, where you're building up the franchise. You know, at the end of the day, we all know that DC has the best characters. They really do. They have the big hitters, Batman, Superman. Green Lantern, core, and all the great, all the Lantern characters are amazing in their own right. DC is very gifted and very blessed with great history within the comic book lore. So let's be honest, they've got a great advantage if they could only get their game together. If they had a coherent vision, continuity over time, good storytelling, an overarching plan, showing where they want to go. Look at what Marvel did in the early days of the MCU. How they had an overarching plan, they knew where they were going, they had a coherent content, in-world logic, and it worked. DC has the better characters, has greater potential than Marvel. Yes, I'm going to say that again. DC has greater potential than Marvel because they have the better characters. Just let that sink in. Think about that. You might want to argue with me, but you then think about it afterwards and you know that I'm right. I'm right. So, guys, this is just a short video. I'm not planning to do a long video here, but thank you for all you guys who have been engaging with the show. Obviously, I've done some FIFA streams, some Star Wars Battlefront 2 episodes with Ellie and Harley, my niece and nephew, who are awesome. And there will be next weekend a new episode with Ellie and Harley, by the way. Well, I think it'll be Ellie actually this time. But yeah, it's going to be amazing, guys. So look out for that one. And like I say, I'm really glad to be able to, I've been busy, family life, work, everything. We're all busy these days. But I'm glad and I'm grateful, and it's exciting to be with you again to do a new episode, guys and girls. And big shout out to Red 5 and Fandom Collective for engaging with Christian Fandom Geek and the Lore Be With You podcast show. Like I said, there are new episodes up already now on the Lore Be With You podcast show, so do not be shy, get on there, play, share with friends and family and like-minded geeks, okay? I hope you are doing well and keeping safe in the times that we are living in. We've got to look after each other in these times, guys. The world is a crazy place, but we've got to look after each other and look out for each other, okay? Are you your brother's keeper? Yeah, you are your brother's keeper, okay? We've got to look out for each other. We've got to have each other's backs, okay? That's what it's about in these times, man. It's about being real, it's about being authentic and each other's backs. And in the world of fandom and the geek world, that's important as well. That's really important. We're gonna have disagreements in the geek world because we're very opinionated. On Marvel, the DCEU, and which actors you like. I know there's some girls in Red 5, some of you in Red 5 that don't like Henry Cavill as Superman, and that's fine. I'm a Brit, I'm biased towards Henry Cavill, and I think he's a good actor as well. I think that's my views on that. I know some of you will disagree with me, and that's okay. Just know that you're wrong, and we can be all, and it's all good. Anyway, keep safe and keep well, and I'll be with you again very soon on the Lore Be With You podcast show live edition, Christian Fandom Geek on YouTube.